Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to see the topic Purpose of Design Thinking from the Unit 1 Introduction to Design Thinking. To have a design thinking mindset, the developer has to adopt certain habits or to adopt certain kind of practices. So, those practices we are going to see in this slide. The developer has to be very empathetic on the customers to know the customer's experience and to know the customer's usage of a particular product. Also, the developer has to be very collaborative. The developer is expected to be optimistic. The developer has to embrace ambiguity while developing the solution. And the person who is developing the solutions to be very curious in finding the solutions and is capable enough to reframe the solutions at any situation, at any point of period. Also, the developer is expected to embrace diversity and also to make tangible solutions towards the problem solving process, and finally to take actions and make the actions to get aligned with the solutions evolution. The end goal of every design thinking is to meet the requirements of three things like feasibility, desirability, and viability. It's a trinity or a triple constraints. We always take it very serious and important. The first one is desirable. It should meet the user needs and enhances the experience. The second one is feasible. It has to satisfy technically requirements, and technically it should be achievable and possible, and with all resource supported with the efficient resource utilization. And viable, it should be financially given some kind of support, and that financial support through sustainability and through strategical alignment with the development process. So when we look at the similarities between the agile thinking and design thinking is almost equal in some of the aspects. Both are iterative approach and both are user centered and both are meeting the collaboration in any kind of development process, and both it is a flexible process to get achieved, and both are looking at emphasis on prototyping development, and both approaches are looking for a feedback driven approach, and both approaches are focusing on the outcomes rather than the desired targets. There are more expected targets are involved. So the agile development process diagram is also mentioned. This particular diagram, like requirements, planning, designing, developing, and releasing the version, and tracking and monitoring. Now, all these six phases are in the same form of design thinking as well. Okay, right. And the differences also we can see that between the agile thinking and design thinking, it lies in three terms. One is scope. In design thinking, innovation is the scope, and in agile development, project management is the scope. And focus in design thinking, problem is actually focused, but in agile, solution is very much focused. And in timeline, design thinking is variable, it's not fixed, but in agile it is very fixed sprints. So sprints means it's a specific time boundable process. And conclusion, design thinking is a way to define the problem, and while agile is helping to solve the problem in most efficient way possibly. In a more academic language, agile is a process for delivering software of unknown value within a fixed timeline, whereas design thinking is a process for finding solutions to unarticulated problem. So, if you want to create an innovative solution and deliver it fast to the market, design thinking and agile development both are meant to be together for the sake of your product. Thank you, students.